Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this, your Libra July 2023 reading and forecast. Hi, I'm Nigel Saint James, clairvoyant, and I've done a number of one-on-one clairvoyant readings for Librans from different parts of the world over FaceTime and Skype. And if you're interested to see what's involved in that, just check out the information that's in the description box below. And separately, I've also done a number of healings for Librans from different parts of the world over FaceTime and Skype. And that's free, the healings. Readings, of course, I have to charge for. That's just the way it is. And so just check out the information if you're interested in either of those, but check it out anyway. I mean, the website actually has a lot of interesting things on it, my website. So, you know, it's something which you'll find interesting, because it also deals with astrology as much as telling you what clairvoyance is. But now we are, as the subscribers know, going to take 5 cards, because the 5 are all we need. They speak volumes to us. It's not a 10-second per card or a 5-second per card thing. They really do the business for us, don't they? And you also know that there are no video advertisements in this content, so you get to enjoy the whole stream uninterrupted by video ads. Now, this is a sort of a vampire deck. Normally, I'm not a fan of that sort of stuff, but I'm a hopeless romantic, and it just struck me that the art on this deck is just fantastically romantic. And so I'm a sucker for that. And the paintings speak to me. Now, what that says about me if vampires or lady vampires are talking to me, then I don't know. But if it works, it works, and that's all. That's all there is to it. But anyway, I'm sure you'll find the art on it, very creative and original and very romantic as well. But now let us take the 5 cards, shall we, and get your reading underway. Here we go. What's the first card? Always interesting. The 7 of Skulls. This is the 6 of Knives. This is the Fool. Always extremely important. That central energy there. At least this month it certainly is. There's the Tower. That's very, very interesting. Now that's come out, so those 2 have come out. And the question is, what do? I haven't seen them. Do I use them? Why don't I use the bottom one? And that is the Prince of Scepters. Hello there, Prince. So, why don't you come now, sit down here next to me. Let's just check out this really romantic and interesting art together while the cards speak to us, and I'll do the reading for you. Very interesting looking at this spread. Now, there are some doubts within you. You feel as if you were sort of standing still and stagnant, and yet you have a tremendous amount of rejuvenation. It's actually a very good time for you materially, even though you worry, you fear, but your fears are unfounded. A great new energy going forward. You get yourself sorted out mentally, and then there's just great forward motion for you. Let's unpack it and see what there is here and deal first with this 7 of Skulls. Now, the astrology of this card is that of, I'm pretty sure, I'm just looking at it now, it's Saturn, where it's placed. It's Saturn coming into Taurus. Saturn is that slow-moving planet and about restriction. And Taurus, of course, is the fixed sign of Earth, the bull, plodding. So you may feel that there is around you a period of stagnation, but this is actually not the energy that I'm getting through here at all. But looking at this painting, now this vampire girl, she has if you can see it in there, she has the hind quarters of a wolf, and that connects her symbolically to the earth, as is Taurus there. Now, I suppose what I'm thinking here is, first, it refers to her being grounded in her animal and sensual origins. And secondly, it's a symbol of her going back and thinking about past generations, Now she's clinging to this sundial. It's time, and there is Saturn there again. It's about time, awaiting the moment when things will regenerate. I think this also speaks of her hesitation to expand into new horizons for fear of failure. Now perhaps she is waiting for the bewitching, rich juices to take effect. Perhaps she is clinging to old ways but needs to let go and create new developments. Is she held back by fearful expectations? Are you held back by fearful expectations? Now behind her stands an apple tree. Well, its apples have fallen onto the ground that is there. The tree represents the progress that she has made so far, and its first fruits are decaying into the earth to nourish the soil in readiness for new growth and germination. Now from these apples, it looks like the girl has selected the ripest and the most succulent fruit, which she devours with relish, and its hot, thick juices rejuvenate and enchant her. I think that this is reminding you that optimistic feelings towards life create the energy needed to transform loss into plenty. A lot of courage is often needed to bite into an apple, or for her to bite into that apple, to take that leap of faith, which we'll also talk about here. Now, some fruit may contain life-giving energy, while others can hold an intoxicating poison, but she has chosen well and is rewarded with an enriching fruit of intoxicating nutrition. Now, despite what you may think or have in your mind about fear about moving things forward and going forward, you are actually going to move forward. And in fact, you are going to have success and material rewards. But this is also following your soul contract in your work and life. Now, this energy brings you to the crossroads of following the path of material achievement or the path to serve the greater whole. I think you may begin to look at spiritual responsibility and connection to your personal evolution with the people and the world around you, bringing a desire for you to redesign your outlooks, your goals, and your motivations, and that is seen here, I think. Now, this represents an opportunity for you to discover new talents, expanding them into innovative ideas and creations that benefit you and people around you. Now, some people have plenty of success and material possessions, and they desire to acquire more. But the cup never seems full, and their quest for material acquisition keeps growing. Now, others will have made successful material accomplishments and gain a sense of higher purpose, resulting in a desire to seek deeper understanding and spiritual service to other people. The desire to become a heartfelt venture that brings fulfillment on a spiritual level, a different accomplishment than material gain, really. Now, the lesson of this energy is understanding the balance of spiritual and material values and living it in your daily life of work and play. This sacred balance brings abundance to you spiritually and materially. This is a card of great spiritual transformation, and it's sitting on top of this tower. I noticed that. I'll get to that next. That is raising your awareness to the bigger spectrum of creation and manifestation. Well, let's have a look at the tower then, shall we? And see what it has to say to you. Well, this is Mars in full attack mode, coming in to break down this tower, which, although it looks like a confronting scene, it's actually very good for you in this spread, because I think what's happening is that you're going to find a far-reaching inner transformation, and there's healing for you. And the old is being destroyed to make room for the new. And there is a spiritual renewal and a self-knowledge. There's a release a revelation, a breaking down of old forms or patterns, and it's almost as if there is here a calm after the storm. Now, anything from that is old or outworn that you attempt to cling to will be destroyed by this transforming power, and that also includes negative patterns of thought and self-denigration. It's being taken away now. All that remains really is trust, the knowledge that all events in life arise from the endless love of the universe and bring you the possibility for learning and recognition from other people. I think you're going to have as well. Recognition for things that you've done. You may be in the limelight. And now this understanding of the true nature of events transforms even apparent losses or painful disappointments into the valuable gifts that they really are. Now, times of desperation and inattention, and we've all suffered them, well, when we recognize them, they actually become the most fruitful, growing phases of your life. So there may be a time now of some turmoil within you as you seek to understand. You could seek to be understanding, for example, about how you could have been so mistaken about a situation or a person which you now have to come to terms with. Now, emotions like anger, grief, depression, they may be affecting you as a sense of security has been lost or badly shaken. Now, maybe because of a relationship breakup or a loss of a job or a death of a loved one or some financial problems. But the important message here is that with the destruction of the old comes the new, and you will look at life in a much more meaningful way, which makes you wiser. I think that you're in the midst of or about to enter into an extremely intensely transformatory process. Now, whatever is destroyed or shaken within you is going to serve to purify you and make room for something new. So allow it. And are you ready to view life and yourself with new eyes? Say this to yourself: who I think I am is a belief to be undone. I have the ability to heal and restore myself at all times. I am not inside my body is inside of me. And I trust in the divine and life and know that everything that happens in my life is for the best. Now, there was a gentleman up on the top corner, I recall. Here he is. This guy, see, this is part of the process that you go through to rejuvenate yourself. Now, here is this fellow here. Well, the painting is really quite straightforward. Now, clearly, this is a time when you are going to be strong. You'll have physical recovery. It's a period where you'll have a very sharp intellect, just like this sharp knife here. The astrology of the card is that of Mercury in Aquarius. So Mercury finds itself in the fixed sign of air, being Aquarius. Now, this is suggesting to me that something of a detached view is necessary for you to take to analyze things. Mercury is about the intellect. And this was it a crow or a raven sitting on his shoulder there? That suggests to me that you're actually going to find out some secrets, or that there is something going to be revealed to you. But in any event, what's also going on here is that this energy is now moving you away from any painful grief or conflict and negativity to peace of mind and into new potential. Now, if life did become overwhelming with difficulty, stress, and, well, fears of defeat or feelings of defeat, then this energy here, on top of this rejuvenation that you've gone through and this new confidence that is in here, it brings a quiet, calm departure from those experiences, and it gives you time to recover and dream of new horizons. This is also a sort of a spiritual journey to healing as well. Look, the way to look at this is to this energy is to walk away from unhealthy situations that are depleting your personal power and stealing your self-worth. Now, the gift of this energy is universal support, guiding you to a deeper understanding of yourself and your life, and regaining your strength and your spiritual strength and bringing a fresh start. With the action of Mercury in Aquarius here, you will be stepping away from difficult situations and, with the intellect embodied in Mercury, cutting through illusions and fixed perspectives and moving into truth, looking at life from a clearer perspective. Now, whatever difficulties you have experienced, whatever aggravation it had for you, that conflict and that mental turmoil is now leaving. Now, you may feel exhausted, but remember that those feelings came mainly from outgrown perspectives and attitudes which have been burned away now by this tower. And this is moving you now into a higher way of thinking. This energy brings you to a safe place where you can pick up the pieces in your life. It represents you getting stronger mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. It could, for someone, mean moving even here. But in any event, your life now is moving in a positive direction. The tides of life are always shifting between the positive and negative energy. So your job is to keep centered and balanced while flowing with the rhythm of life. Sometimes we can get lost out there. Well, what this Six of Knives is doing is it's bringing you back to your inner home. Now, there was here a major arcana. Indeed it is, and it is the Fool. Let's have a quick look at him, shall we? What a great process you are going through. You're going to be a new person, I can assure you. Now, in his right hand here, have a look at that, in that right hand there, he's offering a white rose with fresh lifeblood spilling from its center. Now, I think that this symbolizes the unfolding of new beginnings and the first taste of something emerging out of nothing, brought about by the binding of lust and love. Now, what I also see about him is here that at the base of the tomb there are 4 animal masks which express the 4 elements, whose natures this Fool can draw into himself as he wills, mixing and combining the elements to his own purpose, since he is also the trickster and the weaver of shadows. Now, this represents any original, subtle, or sudden impulse, usually arising really from your point of view, from some really unexpected place or strange direction. You have regained, I think, by this time, your youthful, trusting self. And you will be guided by your intuition and enthusiasm. And this is a result now because you know life's experiences haven't defeated you. Now, although he may not know what drives him, it is his inner desire to seek out enlightenment and find his full spiritual potential in this world. Now, he is fearless, as you will be now. You will be walking without fear. You will have conquered fear that was indicated by this area up here. In this transformation you've gone through, having thought about things, you've now conquered fear and have confidence. Because even if you make a mistake, it's not a problem. You can always fix it by making a decision to change something. So never be afraid of taking action on things. Now, he is fearless, moving towards change and challenges. And I think he represents your continual journey into new cycles of life experiences. Now, with the completion of each cycle, you acquire more knowledge, traveling towards the next cycle of the unknown with courage and enthusiasm. Now, he contains within him, and you have in front of you now, all possibilities. The world is at your feet, irrespective of your past, or where you came from. And his deeper message is to know and trust yourself. He doesn't let the past's baggage weigh him down on his journey. So if you're carrying a sack of baggage from the past, cut it free. And he encourages you to take risks and to have faith. Because if things don't work out, just pick yourself up, dust yourself off and move on, knowing that the experience you had is just one of the many good and or challenging on this soul contract in life, which leads to spiritual growth. Now, he really works from the core of what is true in his heart, so you should do so. And he isn't afraid to make mistakes. He knows that we are all on our individual journeys. Each completion of a journey starts us at the gate of another and has transformed you yet again. Understand that there is nothing you cannot be, there is nothing you cannot do, there is nothing you cannot have. You are the most magnificent, the most remarkable, the most splendid being God has ever created. For who could reject such wondrous magnificence? But you do not know who you are, and you think you are a great deal less. You are your own rule maker, and you are the only one who can assess how you are doing. All you see in the world is your idea about it. Life will take off for you when you choose for it to. An idea becomes a thought becomes a word. Say the word out loud. Words have power and they reverberate all throughout eternity. And a word becomes an action. And if you're going to do it, start. And having started, go all the way. Seize the opportunity in front of you now. Rejoice in it, and let no power on earth take it from you. And life really is moving directly in your favor. You will be pleased to know. Let's have a look at this fellow here. Now, in his position, I see a lot of Leo around here, and I also see Cancer around here, so you might have dealings with those people there. But he is the Prince of Scepters. And in this position, it means that I think you will be insatiable and irresistible. People are going to find you very attractive. You may well be very seductive, lustful, and a master of, or a mistress of, sexual glamour. See, these court cards can be of either gender, of course. Now, he is the charmer, the male enchanter, flaming with spontaneous desire. Now, he can direct this blazing blow of creativity through his artistic genius. And by surrendering to love, he rises above himself, illuminated with the joy of life. Although the Prince of Scepters here is impulsive, and he loves to take risks, and you should not be afraid of risks or mistakes, his energy is skillfully directed. I think there's a degree of idealism around you now, resolution, and you're going to like to express your opinions. Now, because this fellow has arrived in your life in this position here, get ready for some real adventure. Now, he indicates to me travel, change, or challenges. Sometimes unexpected. There is an electricity in the air around you. It's a great time to put your ideas into motion. Now, he brings a surge of creativity that needs a grounding outlet, and he indicates a need to learn how to harness this enormous energy here, maybe by setting some boundaries for himself and understanding when to say no to people, because you give a lot to people, don't you? And also have a plan. And he does also encourage you to take spiritually inspired adventures or trips. Look, he sparks an interest in expanding your creative horizons. Now, his strong creative energy and his intuitive inspiration are going to ignite the life force within you, awakening your soul self. You will become a channel for divine inspiration that wants to be manifested. You will feel alive and inspired, wanting to engage with the world around you. There's a great degree of heightened sexual energy here as well. Now, if you're not partnered with someone, that doesn't matter. You can still engage in sexual enjoyment. But this guy here brings hope and healing to any situation. Now, you can also point to the beginning of a passionate romance. It brings you strength and courage to live your life with creative passion. Actually, his energy here and the Archangel Michael, well, their energies are one and the same. Michael is the first archangel created by God, the highest ranked angel, bringing divine protection, hope, truth, strength, and courage. And Archangel Michael symbolizes the power of life and the element of fire, which is this suit here, of course. And like this guy, Michael holds this fiery sword, if you like, of courage and hope, cutting away any fear that holds you back from being your true self. Well, that is really you in a nutshell. What a fantastic and interesting month for you. So many good things in store. Good job, you. Didn't you find that fascinating? I certainly did. And what a wonderful month it looks like it's going to be for you. That's just fantastic. By the way, if you did like the video, do me the favor of pressing the like button. It's good for the YouTube computer system or something. It allows the channel to be seen by other people like that. It's the only favor that I ask from you. But what I will say is this, though, and that until I see you next time, remember one thing. Well, actually, before I say that, check out the description box for the readings and in particular for the healings. I think you might be interested in the stuff that's there, particularly on my website. Now, until I see you again, remember one thing, and it is this, that you are a legend, and I look forward to seeing you again next month. And until then, it's bye for now.